Hi, my name is Kelsey, and for this week I'm kind of just going to go off the prompts we were given, and I'm kind of reading off my paper because I'm not really good at gathering my thoughts in video format. So the first question for this week was, what terms were the most important concepts in this week's lessons? Well, for me it was evolution, disaster, and stakeholder. So I'm going to start off with evolution. To me, that kind of means like a development, like towards something better. So something that was like lacking, I noticed in the slides, was like the emergency management culture for like prevention and mitigation. It seems that most people are more concerned about like what you would do after, like how you would follow up with a disaster opposed to like preventing it and whatnot. The other term was disaster. Like, to me, that is just anything that's like harmful, life-threatening, that happens unexpectedly. But in the slides, there was this one point that I thought was interesting. It was, why define disaster? And then it followed up by saying, because defining can define how we look at an event or a hazard and what to do about it. And I thought that was interesting. There was a lot of definitions given in the slides, but I liked that point because it made you think about it a little bit more. And then the last definition I chose that was important to me this week was stakeholder. It seems that our reading covered like a lot about who's involved with the emergency management process and like how it's kind of like something I wrote down from my notes was like news channels, the Army Corps of Engineers, and the U.S. Geological Survey. They all are involved with like stakes of emergency management, I guess you could say. So they're either researching, supporting the research, or providing the research to the public, the state government, anything like that. They just bring various types of resources to like the emergency management process, I guess you could say. Yeah. The next prompt was, what was something that didn't make sense to you? I'm going to go back to the slides, and that was like act of God. I had a friend who hit a deer with her car when she was driving, and her insurance like didn't cover it because it said it was like an act of God, and I thought that was like a joke. But then reading this, like people actually follow that as in like fate and stuff like that. So yeah, that didn't really make that much sense to me, honestly. How you can just say, oh, this is just the way things are, and I don't know. It was just an interesting point that kind of was like a little muddy for me. And lastly, it was the open class discussion question. So I guess my question would be, why do you think large businesses are more focused on the aftermath of a disaster opposed to the prevention or preparedness aspects? I guess I can just repeat it one more time because if someone's supposed to answer this. So that is, why do you think large businesses are more focused on the aftermath of a disaster opposed to the prevention or preparedness aspects? And yeah.